Welcome to Ask a Member, a program of the Adrian Area Chamber of Commerce. I'm Ann Hughes, president of the Chamber, and it's my pleasure today to welcome Dave Horstman, who, along with his wife Kim, is co-owner of Sauce, right down the street from the Chamber, which makes it real convenient, and a very important person, the chef, Felicia Foz. Welcome to both of you.
Thank you.
Okay. Do you want to tell us a little bit about how you got started?
Well, Kim and I, seems like we drove around every weekend looking for a place to eat. And you pick, no, I'll pick, no, you pick, and we'd end up a lot of times going out of town. And so we were looking for something to do and didn't really have an idea. And we saw the old Mr. Ed's building down here one day, and I looked at my wife and I said, well, let's open a restaurant. And true story.
Wow.
And so that's kind of how we started, you know, and we did a little homework. We went through and looked at the building briefly and put an offer in, and they took it. And then after that happened, we kind of went, uh-oh, now what? So we had a building, we had a liquor license, and we had to figure out how to put a restaurant in.
How did you decide what kind of restaurant?
Well, it's pretty easy. Kim's Italian.
Okay. She came with all the recipes?
Oh, yeah. You know, with Kim, along with Kim came Chef Tony, so to speak. Chef Tony, his brothers, and mom opened a restaurant years ago, and they came straight from Sicily.
Wow.
And so Kim was instrumental with their family. She was one of their first employees and helped them open their restaurant. So when we got started, they said, if you guys do this, we promise we will help you succeed. So
Wow.
that was invaluable because honestly, we didn't know anything. You know, I'm in the golf business by trade. I'm a general manager. I've run restaurants, but as far as owning one, no. So Chef Tony and his brother Joe and Vince came and we got all the recipes, Sicilian recipes, and so we were set up for success from the start. So,
Wow.
you know, our hearts go out to them and our thanks because
That's great.
They made a huge difference.
That is a good story.
Yeah.
And now we've got Chef Felicia.
Yeah, and that's
Right.
that's wonderful. You know, we knew that Tony wouldn't be around forever, and he actually stuck around longer than we thought. So as the process started, we knew we needed someone to come in and take the helm. Kim cooks, but you know she's not a chef, and we believe you have to have a chef. So this young lady here walked in one day, and there's quite a story as to how she came in, but she came in, and I don't think you hardly got out the door, and we called her back in for an interview, and boy, you've been with us how long now?
Almost 8 months.
Yeah, so
So
exciting.
Share a bit of that story with us.
Well, I had just moved home. I was a chef in Detroit. I was working for Mercury Burger Bar, which is a new restaurant. It's fairly new, down like off of Michigan Avenue in Trumbull. And I decided to move home, and I was like, I just moved home one night, and I said, where am I going to work? There are no restaurants in Adrian. I said, there is no need for a chef, like a chef around here. Where am I going to work? And my mom told me to be quiet, and she said, get out of the car, and she dropped me off in front of Sauce.
Oh, wow.
So she had already known that that things were up and coming in town, and she wasn't too worried about it. And I had a 2-hour-long interview with Kim, and then I started the next day, and I haven't stopped, so it's been wonderful.
Tell us about your training.
Well, I went to Lenawee Christian, and then I went to Le Cordon Bleu in Scottsdale, Arizona. I am a certified pastry chef. So it's a little different, but I've always been involved with different kinds of cuisine. I started out working, with Votech and going to AmeriCrown and things like that, and I've always found myself in restaurants, running kitchens and things like that. So I guess restaurants are just where I'm meant to be for the time, and I will get to do my pastries later.
Okay, so you don't get to do the desserts? And
Oh,
the
I
pastries?
definitely,
She
I
does?
definitely
Okay.
do the desserts there. That's something that's probably like my proudest moment at the end of the week is when I get to put a beautiful cake up at the bar or things like that, because that's where like my passion really is in pastry. So anytime that I can do something that's Italian inspired into those pastries, like it makes me really proud to put it up there. So
what's your favorite dessert to make?
Honestly, I love making cheesecakes. Like I've done everything from like dark chocolate balsamic cheesecakes to our recent one right now is an Italian wedding cheesecake. So it's like themed with like the hazelnut and the almond and the fresh lemon juice, and they change every week.
Okay. I hear people groaning behind us here as you're describing those cheesecakes. Dave, tell us about some of the specialties of sauce.
Well, I mean, Felicia hit on it right there. I think one of the big things that sets us apart is our items, all of our items are made fresh in-house. Our entrees are made in-house. Our sauces are all made in-house, recipes from Sicily from generations ago. Our desserts are made in-house, so kind of sets us apart that we're not pulling anything out of a box, pouring it in a pan, cooking it, and putting it on the table. It's all made fresh.
Okay.
So I think that's probably the biggest thing that sets us apart from a lot of places.
You have wonderful salads, and I know obviously that those are fresh. The salmon salad is just incredible. That's my specialty there, as well as the lasagna is very good. So what do you like? I mean, you come from a golf background.
Oh yeah.
So is there any similarities? Are there any similarities?
Well, I think so. I mean, like I said, by trade, my training, I'm a PGA professional. So I've played golf. You manage your game. I've managed clubs, and this is a business. As much as it's a restaurant, it is a business, and I think that you've got to have both. You've got to have someone in the kitchen that is passionate, that understands what they're doing, but to be successful, you've got to also run it as a business, and that's kind of where I fall in. They don't let me in the kitchen. Other than I get to do dishes, but that's it.
You get to sample.
I get to sample. Trust me, I've put on plenty here. But so yeah, it's a combination of both, and it works well that way.
What's your customer service philosophy?
Mine's simple. The customer is right. Customer is always right. We don't. The minute they walk in the door, they are our best friends. If they don't like something that we serve, we'll replace it. We'll exchange it. We'll do whatever we have to do. Customers make our business. Period.
That's right. That's right.
So.
One thing that I've liked when I go in, I see you walking to the restaurant and stopping and talking to people.
I try and
think
talk
that's
to
great.
every table every day. So, and they laugh. They call me the face of sauce, but in a way I am. And I think people like that. They like to be acknowledged. They like to see the owner for a brief time. And, any concerns or questions, we take care of it right there.
And, well, they want to know that you consider it important.
It's very important. That's right.
That they came in to spend their money with you.
That's right. I agree 100%.
Okay. Felicia, one last question. What's the one thing that you'd like to add to the menu, or that you'd like to make more often that you don't get to?
We're really trying hard right now to increase like our fresh bread. Obviously, we make all of our pizza dough and things like that in-house, but really having something that sets us apart would be like the table bread. So that's something that our team's like working on right now, is house-made focaccia bread, which is delicious, and the flavors can change every week. And I think one of my favorite parts of working at Sauce is that although it is an Italian restaurant, we also have a pub, so I can be as creative as I want to on the weekends with, the American flair food that we have on our menu.
Do most people, I mean, obviously it's Sauce Italian Grill and Pub, but do most people come in wanting the Italian food?
Oh yeah, our lasagna is by far our #1 seller, 3 to 1.
Okay, well I can understand why.
Yeah, it's phenomenal.
It's very good. It's very good. Okay, phone number, location?
Phone number 517-759-4757, and we're located in beautiful downtown Adrian,
That's right.
149 North Main.
Okay, very good parking in the front, on the side, and in the
and
back.
in the back, yeah.
In the back,
Ample parking all over.
Yep,
So.
good city lots behind you. I encourage everyone to come down and try it out.
Wonderful, thank you,
Okay.
Ann.
Thank you very much for coming, Felicia. Thank you. Keep up
Nice
the
to
good
meet
work,
you.
David. Thank you.
We will, thanks.
Thanks.